gets a lot of stuff wrong when it comes to cosplay. I think there's this pre-notion that like everyone who's into cosplay is like either weird or a nerd, and it's true, but there's also a lot of people who are super creative, and I think being weird and being nerdy is definitely not something that should be looked as really weird or anything like that. I think it's what makes people unique, and cosplay brings out the creativity in a lot of people. So I feel like society as a whole still kind of shuns cosplay a little bit, but it's definitely gotten better throughout the years. So. Oh, my favorite cosplay outfit. I actually get this asked a lot, and it's really hard to choose one because a lot of the characters that I cosplay as are characters that I absolutely love or I fell in love with when it comes to like video games or comic books or movies. So it's really hard to choose my favorite because they also have their own memories tied to them, and I've met a ton of people. If I had to choose one, it would probably be Eva Rue from Code Vein, just because one, that costume's super cool, and two, I met a lot of really cool people through it. It was an awesome time working with Bandai Namco on that one as well, and it showed me a lot of the behind the scenes that goes into being a professional cosplayer and working with professional companies. So it was a really good insight, and yeah, I have to probably choose Eva Rue. My best advice for someone getting into cosplay is to not care what anyone thinks. When you start putting your cosplays and your pictures online, there's going to be a ton of different opinions, and a bunch of people are going to be putting in their own opinions about your cosplay. I would definitely say don't even worry about what people say. Have fun with cosplay. It's supposed to be an art form and it's open to interpretation, but in the end, it's all about your own interpretation of a character. And yeah, just do cosplay however you want it, however you want to do it. Cosplay and streaming really opened my eyes to business. There was a lot of things that I thought I knew getting into cosplay and streaming, but once I started working with companies and getting to the professional side of it and not just the creative side, I started seeing how there's a lot of things that go on in the background that I didn't know before. So it really opened my eyes to just creating your own business, selling yourself, getting to talk with people, and just also looking at not it as an art, but also as a business as well. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with turning their art and their passion into something of a business. So it really opened my eyes to the business side of everything. The advice I would give my younger self is to not be afraid. I feel like there was a lot of things that I missed just because I doubted myself and doubted my talent and creativity. And so if I were to meet myself in the past, I would definitely say don't be afraid to try things, don't be afraid to talk to people and get to know people in the industry. I feel like that definitely would have helped me. But yeah, it's never too late to learn something. I had a lot of people that I admired, and those people, what's really awesome about the cosplay community and the streaming community is a lot of people are willing to give you advice and to help you out. And as long as you're not afraid to ask for it, a lot of people are definitely willing to tell you how to do things and how to see things and tackle obstacles. So yeah, I have a lot of people that I admire. There's a lot of cosplayers that I admire that I've gotten to call friends, and they're really awesome people. But yeah, there's a lot of people that I look up to, and they're all really different. They all have their own different views about stuff. So yeah, I have a lot of, I can't list all of them, but yeah, I definitely have a lot of people that I admire in the industry. I feel like I've achieved a form of success when it comes to cosplay and streaming. But definitely there's a lot of stuff I want to do with it, and I don't think I will ever achieve success because I'm the kind of person who's always going after the next thing, always trying to overcome the next obstacle and climbing the next mountain. And that's what's really cool about streaming and cosplay. There's never this dead end that you hit. It's always there's something new, something going on, something to overcome. And I think that's why I really enjoy cosplay and streaming, just because it never gets stagnant. So yeah, I think I've achieved a form of success, but definitely there's a lot more in the future. Oh man, if money wasn't a problem, what cosplay would I make? I feel like I've made a lot of my dream cosplays, but there definitely is one that I would have loved to remake. One of my favorite RPG games is The Legend of Dragoon, and it's like a really old PS1 game, but it's definitely one of my favorite RPGs, and I did Meiru and her Dragoon form, which was like this dragon with big wings and stuff, but I made it when I didn't really know much about how to work with certain materials, so it didn't come out exactly how I liked it. But I would love to remake that costume because one, it's such a nostalgic character and I love that character. And two, it's just a really crazy outfit. She has like this giant hammer and big wings and stuff, so it just looks really cool. If I could cosplay with one other person, it would definitely be one of my idols when it comes to cosplay. She's a Filipino cosplayer. Her name is Elodia, and I would love to cosplay with her. She was definitely one of my idols growing up, and being a Filipino myself, I really looked up to her because when I was younger, I always thought the good cosplayers were either Japanese or Korean or anyone else other than Filipino, and she kind of brought cosplay to the Philippines, and it was mostly her that really showed my eyes to how creative Filipinos can be. And yeah, I would definitely love to cosplay with her in the future. We would probably dress up as, I don't know, I would love to do something really cool and like out of the box. I feel like we both kind of have similar tastes when it comes to characters. I know we've cosplayed the same characters, so I know she's into the same characters as I am. So I would love to do something really maybe like badass, like female empowered characters, because I think we both really enjoy like the strong female characters. So I don't know what we would cosplay, but I would definitely like it to be somewhere along the lines of that kind of concept. I'm really big on having a inclusive community and just an anti-bullying just concept throughout when it comes to cosplay and streaming. I want people to be able to come up to me and feel safe, and I want people to come to my stream and feel safe as well. And the reason why I'm so big into it is because, you know, I was bullied in elementary, my sisters were bullied throughout middle school and high school, and so we've seen how crazy it could get and how it can impact people. And so I want to have this place that people can come to and feel safe and make friends and not feel like they're being judged for anything. And I think that's really cool when it comes to cosplay and streaming, because we're all like nerds and we're all into all of that, like, you know, video games and comics and stuff. So I'm really big in making a positive community, just because I feel like that community and just people in general definitely need something to belong to, like a community or like a club or something. I've played some video games when it comes to VR. I've done some scary games, which is really crazy. But yeah, VR is really awesome. I feel like it is definitely the next step when it comes to pretty much anything. It doesn't have to be just video games. It could be for even teaching, obviously, and just creating kind of experiences without leaving the comfort of your home. I would like to see a lot more artistic and creative experiences on VRLU. I feel like there's a lot of artistic outlets out there: photography, painting, sculpting, even more cosplay, and even music too. I would love to see some musicians and some singers teaching on VRLU as well. I feel like a lot of the artistic and creative side has kind of been phased out in a lot of schools, and I would love to see it come back, especially in VR. I think that'd be really awesome. And for someone like me who learns just from seeing and doing it, I feel like it would definitely help a lot of people as well kind of get in touch with their creative side. Filming my VRLU experience was super fun. I got to see a lot of cool new gadgets and things as well. I got to learn a lot of things, and I got to work with an awesome team. They were all really super nice, and they also let me have my own creativity put in it, and there was a lot of creative freedom, which I enjoy. So I was able to give my side and give my experience the way I wanted to give it. So it was really awesome. I really enjoyed it. I hope I get to do it again. I hope people get the idea of how awesome cosplay can be and how awesome streaming can be from my experience. I get to talk a lot about things that I feel like a lot of people don't get to talk about when it comes to cosplay and streaming. And so it was super fun to touch on those topics, and I hope that it inspires a lot of people to get into it. And yeah, I hope you guys learned a lot from my experience, because even doing my experience, I learned a lot as well. So cosplay and streaming is definitely an ongoing teaching experience, and I hope that it inspires you guys to get into the community.